Good evening, everyone. Good evening and welcome to the session. I hope all of you are doing well. Good evening. So, good evening and welcome to today's session. I hope all of you are doing well. Yes, I'm quite good. I hope you are also doing well, like all of you. Okay, so today we are going to talk about some of the very important topics. Like one of the major topic which we are going to discuss today is about artificial intelligence and its impact on critical thinking. So that is one of the main related topic which we are going to discuss, artificial intelligence and critical thinking. Then there is one more thing. Today is 7th of March and tomorrow we have 8th March. 8th March is celebrated as International Women's Day. So we are going to see an important part of this. We are going to see that what has been the contribution of women in India from the ancient times to the present times. That is going to be a lot of examples for you, a lot of examples which you can use in answer, and you can understand that what has been the remarkable contribution of women in India. Then we will also talk about other topics, like there is a new development, AI Kosh. AI Kosh. So that is a new thing which have been provided by the government now. AI Kosh is simply like the dictionary. Like in dictionary, we call it as Shabd Kosh or dictionary. So in same manner, we have this one thing called as AI Kosh. We will try to understand what is this and why it has been developed. Then we will also talk about some of the key terms related to economy. Like recently, there is talk about deflation and all in China and various other economies. So in that context, we will try to understand the key terms with respect to inflation, deflation, etc. Okay, so before we go into that, let us discuss some questions and then we will come to this topic. Okay, so the first question which we have here is with respect to the tariff. Last day we have seen that we have got this tariff. US has said that they will be imposing higher tariff on India. So in that context, let us see this question. Imposing higher tariff on imports generally make domestic goods more competitive in the local market. That is the first statement. Second is saying higher tariff on imported raw materials can increase the cost of production for domestic industries, potentially reducing exports. Third is saying tariff always leads to an increase in government revenue without any adverse effect on trade balance. So the question is, how many of them are correct? Tomorrow your brother's birthday. Happy birthday. Economics. Anjali, just put it in the comment box so that in the next session I can tell you. If it is a like analytical question, just you can ask it here also at the end of the session. Or if it is something especially factual, then write it at there and then I will answer you after going through that topic. Okay. So third is wrong. Okay. Now, if we look at this, first is saying imposing higher tariff on imports generally make domestic goods more competitive in the local market. So of course that is true. If we are getting something from United States and we are imposing higher tariff on it, our local goods will be more promoted. So first one is correct. Second is saying higher tariff on imported raw materials can increase the cost of our domestically produced goods and can reduce our export. So that is also true. Suppose that we are like we are making mobile phones and we are importing various goods required for making the mobile phones. If we are imposing higher tariff on them, then what will happen? Our input cost will increase. So our export of mobile phones will come down. So this second statement is also correct. Third one is wrong. Tariff has adverse effect on the trade balance. If we are imposing higher tariff, it will make this import much more costlier, and then trade balance will also be disturbed. Okay. So that is one point. Okay. Now we have the second question. The Kessler syndrome is often seen in the news. It is related with space debris, impact of tariff on trade, hereditary diseases, or artificial intelligence. So we have this question number 2. The Kessler syndrome, what it is related to? First is saying space debris. Second is impact of tariff on trade, hereditary diseases, artificial intelligence. So what will be correct here? The Kessler syndrome. Yes, this is very much simple. If you know it, you know it. Okay. The Kessler syndrome is just a simple phenomena, or just that is a fear. It is a fear which says that the space debris can collapse, or space debris can start collision with one another, and one such collision will start a chain process which may lead to multiple such collisions, and ultimately the space environment will become unstable. So that is what we call as Kessler syndrome, a fear of collapse of the entire space environment. Okay. So here the answer is simple, space debris. So this answer is quite simple, space debris. If you know it, you can simply answer it. Otherwise, you will get confused. Okay. Now, coming to one more question. With reference to Compensatory Afforestation Fund, Management and Planning Authority Fund, consider the following statement. It was established under the Environment Protection Act of 1986. Second is saying the fund is used exclusively for afforestation and cannot be utilized for wildlife conservation or forest management activities. Third is saying under the Compensatory Afforestation Fund Act 2016, states receive majority of the funds. So that is CAMPA. Question number 3. See, even if you are solving this question, like suppose we are having at least 20 sessions per month. So 20 sessions means 60 questions per month. So even if you are solving these questions, those who are preparing for this year or next year, even if you are going through the current affairs sessions regularly, for the prelims, it is going to be more than sufficient. 60 questions into 12 months, that is 720 questions. Let us say even if there is a repetition of 200 topics, still you are getting 500 topics. So try to solve them daily and try to also note down these topics. 3. Option A, option B. Okay. If we look at this, it was established not under the Environment Protection Act. That will be incorrect. It is established under this Compensatory Afforestation Fund Act of 2016. So this first option is incorrect. It was CAMPA Fund Act 2016. The fund is used exclusively for afforestation and cannot be utilized for wildlife conservation or forest management activities. That is also incorrect. Can be utilized for wildlife conservation also or forest management activities also. The second one is also incorrect. Under the Compensatory Afforestation Fund Act 2016, states receive majority of the fund. So that third option is correct. Answer here will be only one. They receive 90% of the fund. Okay. So here the answer will be option number A. Now many of you have said option number B. So see, this is an easy question. We have just seen it last day. If you are making it incorrect just because of the first statement, see, there was an easy hint here also in question number 3. Yes, I will incorporate. Yes, Disha, I will incorporate map related question. Don't worry about it. I will incorporate. After Holi, I will incorporate this. Okay. So just give me some time. After Holi, I will incorporate it. Okay. Now, like earlier also we have seen some map related questions. I think we have covered majority of the sea of the world, some of the islands also. So we have covered that portion. Even Mediterranean, Black Sea, Caspian Sea, all these things we have seen in the past. Okay, but all other things which are there, now we will also take some places in news and then we will try to cover that also. Okay, so let us start with the first topic. There is this one topic, AI and critical thinking skills. So there is this one question. What is the utility of AI? Is it harming the people or not? Is it harming the people or not? Is this harming the people or not? AI, and is it harming the critical thinking skills of the people or not? Now that is the debate. That is the debate whether this is harming or not. We will see both the angles, the benefits as well as the challenges. Okay. So we are going to see this part. What are the benefits of this AI for the students? And then we will also see what is the challenge with respect to this. Okay. So let us talk about the benefit first. The first thing, benefit. Now let me explain this to you in the simple terms which you can understand. Okay. Let us say that there is one of the topic which you are not able to understand. Let us say that let it be like repo rate or inflation or any other topic. Okay. So suppose that if you have to understand any difficult topic, understanding difficult topics. So many a times, like suppose that even when I am teaching you, when I am telling you something, like last day I was telling you space debris. Okay. So when I am teaching you, I have a general perception in my mind that you are here, when you are watching this session, you may already be up to some level. You may already have read a little bit things about space and all. So generally I am having that perception, and on the basis of that, I explain the topics to you. Because I assume this, that many a times I assume this, that you already know about some topic. I am just giving you the extra knowledge. But for some of you, it may be there that there is one topic which you don't know from the scratch. You may not be aware about that topic from scratch. And then you are having this hesitation in your mind that if I ask this much silly question or this much simple question, everyone will think that how stupid I am, or he doesn't know, or she doesn't know. Especially in the offline classes, you may be having this problem. But again, the AI is there to help you. AI is there to help you, that it can explain certain topics to you with a number of examples also. So this is can explain complex topics, with simple examples. So this is one good part of the AI. Second thing is, again, like we are having, like suppose when you are preparing for UPSC examination, one of the part is like you have to collect all the reports and index. You have to collect all report and index, that what are the different reports and index published by which organization. So suppose you have to just get the list. Now when you look at any of the website, or if you simply search on Google, that is going to be limited. But when you search in the AI can provide those data which are more of like these data doesn't have that much requirement of intelligence. Okay, when we have to analyze, interpret or collect data, okay, analysis, evaluation, interpretation or collection of data. So that can also be done by this AI system. They can collect the data for you. If you want to know that how many different critically endangered species are there. Although that is a tricky one, you will find AI will do mistake there, but generally for simple things you can easily find it from AI systems. Okay, so you can collect certain data like how many reports are being published by World Bank, how many of them are published by World Economic Forum, how many of them are being published by any other organization. So that becomes the simple part. Okay, even it is also important if we are talking about new ideas, new suggestions, examples, etc. Like suppose when you are preparing for ethics, and all of a sudden you are blank, you are not getting any of the examples or other thing, AI can curate an example for you. You have to just give it the instruction. AI can curate an example for you. Okay, so this is one thing. It can give you new ideas, suggest in this alternatives. It can improve the brainstorming. Okay, so this is one part where AI is helping the students. It is helping the students to come out with different solutions and all. But then there is a challenge. There is a challenge. Okay, what is the challenge? Let us look at this. Now see, when you are using, and this happens with most of the people, I have often said this, that whenever you are searching something on Google or whenever you are searching something on AI, that is not the final result. Always remember this one part, that is AI अपनी गलती accept भी कर लेता है. Yes, that is also good. Sometimes teacher may not accept their fault. This mistake can happen from anyone. This mistake or fault can be done by anyone. But sometimes teachers are not ready to accept their mistakes. Okay, but yes, AI system, if you tell them that okay, you have done this mistake, they will automatically say that okay, I apologize for the mistake, I will correct myself. Okay, so that is a good part of AI also. Okay, correct. Now see there, when we talk about the challenge, so in the case of challenge, what we see that it is like the information can also be misinformation. Okay, there can be an issue of misinformation. And now there is a challenge. The challenge is this: those who are seeking this information, if they are seeking it for the first time, if they are trying to find that information for first time, they will rely on whatever AI is providing them. Suppose that if you know about a space debris and then you are searching about it just to make some presentation, once you go through that input of AI, you can make some changes. If you know about the topic, you can make some changes. But if you are using this AI to understand space debris, and suppose if something is wrong there, if something is written wrong there also, then also you will not be able to like eliminate that, or you will not be able to remove that part. So this is one of the problem, misinformation and the ability of students to verify its correctness. So that is also a questionable thing, that will the students be able to verify if the content which is given there, is it correct or not? Okay, now some of them may be intelligent, but here we are talking about AI to be used by all the people, and in that case there are people who will simply accept what is provided to them. There are people who believe that whatever message is being sent to them on WhatsApp, that may be correct. So we live in that age where people believe on WhatsApp messages also, okay, or Instagram reels also. So in that part, if we are talking about the AI system, it will be seen with much more authenticity. Okay, so then there is a challenge how these informations are going to be verified. Okay, there is second thing, AI facilitates summary reading rather than comprehensive. just to give you an idea of this. Okay. Suppose that now a student has two options. Here when we talk about a student, we are talking about a student of class 10th, 12th, means up to class 12th, up to senior secondary level. So suppose that there is a student and he has been given this task that you have to make a summary of any of the chapter of NCERT. Okay. Now in the present time, it is quite much easy. You can simply write in ChatGPT that give me a summary of chapter number 8 of class 10th social science book or history book or economy book. So AI will create a summary of it for you. Within 2 to 3 minutes, you will get the entire summary, even less than that. Within 1 minute, you will get the entire summary of a chapter of NCERT. You can make notes from it also, and you can submit it in the school that yes, I have compiled this summary. Of course, you may have gone through, that student may have gone through that summary also, and he will be able to tell those portions. But when you read the NCERT, you will find that they are not simply giving you the direct result. They are helping you to think through multiple such issues, to think through multiple such like examples and instances, and then reach to a conclusion. If you have gone through class 9th or class 10th polity book, you may have seen that they have written in a very good manner. They have written it in a very good manner. They are giving the story of different countries, story of different people, that how the things are there. In economy, they are explaining that what is the difference between a fixed job or a private job, why people seek government job. So this is one thing. They help you to understand through the comprehensive reading of it. They help the student to develop that cognitive skill. But in AI, when they are giving you a summary of this, then it is a challenging part. You just get the information, you are not developing that information, you are not inculcating that in yourself. Okay. So this is one part. Third thing is the training of AI. The training of AI may have bias. Like how the AI has been trained and all, that is also one of the challenge. AI may have been trained in a biased manner because AI is being trained by people, and if people are having bias, that can also be reflected in the AI system. So that bias will now get multiplied again and again. There is a simple saying, if 100 people are saying some incorrect thing as correct, then people might start accepting it as the correct one. If you say a wrong thing 100 times, or if 100 people are saying the same wrong things 100 times, then people will start believing that it is correct. Okay. So that goes with AI also. AI will be telling hundreds of people the same misinformation or same bias. Many of the people will accept that as the truth. Okay. So that is also one of the challenge. Then the fourth option is it makes you over dependent on automation. Okay. It promotes over dependence on automation. Okay. Like just to give you example, like suppose when we are talking about in the present times, just to give you a not example of AI, but in other manner, nowadays you have mobile phones. Mobile phones have calculators. So earlier you may have seen in your house like 10-15 years ago, if people are calculating something, they were generally calculating it on pen or paper, or simply without pen or paper also people used to calculate that how much they have spent in the daytime or how much they have spent in 1 week or 2 weeks. Okay. So when people were making budget of their house or anything, they used to do the oral calculation or the written calculation. Now what is happening? Now people are doing the same thing over the mobile phones. So their normal mathematical abilities and other things will also come down. We are not using the intelligence over there. We are not using our skill to calculate something in a fast manner. Now, of course, you have mobile phones, you have everything for that. But then when you are not using your brain for a very long period of time, of course, its efficiency will come down. Okay. So this is one thing. What we see that this promotes over dependence on the automation part. This promotes this over dependence on automation part. So that is also one of the challenge. Okay. Now, what is the way forward here? What is the way forward here? Like we have seen the benefits and challenges both. But then what we can do this? Okay. See, there are two types of use of AI. One in case of cognitive part, one in type of basic calculations and all. Okay. Or basic work. Like suppose if you have to make a code or anything, so that is just repetition of the same thing again and again. So we can use AI, promoting AI in repetitive works. But not promoting or not using AI where cognitive thinking is required. Suppose that if you have to write an essay, when you have to write an essay or when you have to write an article, when you have to write a poem and you are using AI, of course you can write this using AI, but then your capacity, your ability to write the poem or anything next time will be hindered. Okay. So this is one part, we can use it in repetitive works, but whenever cognitive thinking is required, we can stop it. Okay. Then it can be a complementary. It can be complementary to traditional education. But not a substitute. But not a substitute. Like suppose that, just to give you one thing, let's say that you ask me, let us say that tomorrow you are asking me, sir, what is artificial intelligence? Okay. Or if you are asking me this question, sir, what is the use of blockchain technology in financial sector? So now if you ask the same question to an AI, so what will AI do? It will simply give you the answer that what is the use of blockchain technology in the financial sector. But when you ask me that what is the use of blockchain technology in this financial sector, what will I do? I will first ask you, tell me something about blockchain technology. What are the principles of blockchain technology? And then I will tell you that on the basis of that principles, how you will be using the blockchain technology in the financial sector. So this will be a two-way learning. AI is one-way learning. AI is never questioning you. You have not seen an AI system that it is asking you that, okay, you are asking me what is the use of AI. First tell me what is AI. Okay. So AI is not asking questions back from you. AI is just giving you the answers. But you cannot learn only things from the answer. When you develop that answer in yourself, then you will be able to inculcate that. Then you will be able to learn that. When you use the AI, you are reading the information, you are getting the information, you are not learning it, you are not making that information internalize. So that is the main difference. So complementary to traditional education, but not a substitute. You cannot substitute the traditional education with AI. Okay. Then again, here one thing, there must be training of students how to use AI. Training of students on how to use AI. That is the basic requirement. If you ask them don't use AI, you know that they will use AI. If you tell them not to do this, it will not happen. AI is already there in the market. It is the most accessible thing. You can make ChatGPT account without any problem. and using ChatGPT, you can solve all the questions from class 1 to class 12, even of graduation level, even some questions of UPSC and other exams. Okay. So that is simple thing. Some questions of UPSC. UPSC is slightly tougher part. Okay. So again, what we see that whether you allow it or not, people will use AI. So it's best is to train them how to use this AI. Okay. Then we have also, there is one requirement, regulation and audit of AI system. AI system. Okay. Plus there is one more thing. We have to develop AI as per the educational standards. Right now we are seeing AI which are mostly like it is open for everything. So we can have education specific AI. Okay. So we can have education specific AI, system by NCERT or government. So why cannot we have this AI system by the NCERT itself? NCERT can develop it for the students. That AI system will give more authentic information based on the data of NCERT. So that is one thing, how we can inculcate the AI system in our education. I hope that is clear. So AI system is unavoidable. You cannot avoid the AI system. What we can do is, we can make it better. We cannot ignore the AI system. It is the right time when we have to make this AI system better. Okay. So that is one key thing which we have to keep in mind. Okay. Now, coming to the next topic, International Women's Day. Now, here what we are going to see, the contribution of some of the remarkable women who have done tremendously, like their contribution to our nation has been tremendous. Okay. So we are going to like, first point, what was the first point? In repetitive works, like suppose that there are certain things which you have to do continuously, like you may have seen that students are given certain tasks, like they are given certain task of writing so many things without any such utility, like making this copy, that copy, or writing some like suppose if you look at this, they are given this task of writing fair notes and all. They are given this part of calculating, especially in statistics or coding, especially those students who are there in computers and all. So they are giving coding work. Now in coding, most of the things are repetition. There is change which has to be done individually. So when they have to prepare this entire coding and all, so there you can use the AI system. When you have to do some statistical table and all, when you have to make this statistical table and all, there again you can use this. Okay. So in these options, we can make use of AI. Suppose students have to collect data on metallic series. What is the reactivity of different metals? Now, it may be difficult for them to find all the data at one place. So if they are using AI for that, they can easily find out using the AI system. They can easily find out that what is the reactivity of different metals. So that is a factual thing. There is no such analytical part or other things in there. So this is one thing which can be done by AI. Cognitive thinking means where you have to think about it. Suppose they have been given some questions to solve, some essay to write, some answers to like formulate, some questions to formulate answer. So there they should not be allowed to use this AI. For solving those questions or other things, they should not be given the use of AI. Okay. So that is one thing where they have to work by themselves. If they have been given math question to solve and they are said that, okay, use AI to solve this question, so how they will develop their ability? Okay. So this is one thing, like wherever they have to think, their AI should not be allowed. Okay. Now, Coming to the contribution of women in India. So we are having this International Women's Day on 8th of March, and the theme is accelerate action. The theme here is accelerate action. So let us see the contribution of Indian women. If we talk about this historically, if we talk about the historical contribution, we have Rani Lakshmibai. You know that what is the contribution of Rani Lakshmibai in the Indian struggle of independence. Then we also have not just Rani Lakshmibai, we have a number of personalities there. We are just having a few names. So Rani Lakshmibai led the battle against the British in 1857. Sarojini Naidu, the first women governor of India, a poet also and a key leader in the freedom movement. Even during the SALT movement or civil disobedience movement, she was one of the key participants. Okay. Then Kasturba Gandhi. So she also worked alongside with Mahatma Gandhi. She has worked for social reform. She has worked during civil disobedience and many other initiatives. Then we have Aruna Asif Ali also. She was one of the prominent figures during Quit India movement. We have seen this secret stations and all which also came up during this Quit India movement. So during the history of India, during this entire historical struggle of India, we have seen that a number of women, they have actively participated in the Indian national movement. These are only a few names. There are thousands of names. There are thousands of women who have contributed significantly to the Indian national movement. Okay. Then, if we talk about the political and social figures, if you look at some political and social figures, we have Indira Gandhi, the first female Prime Minister of India. What she has done for the country, we will never forget that. Like we have seen this East Pakistan and West Pakistan, she was one of the main leaders, or she was like instrumental in creation of Bangladesh. Earlier there was East Pakistan and West Pakistan. Now her policies separated this East Pakistan and West Pakistan, led to creation of Bangladesh. Even for the people of Bangladesh, it was also a humanitarian relief also. She was also there when Sikkim became part of India. I hope you all have gone through those stories, how Sikkim got incorporated in India. So her role was also very much instrumental during that time. Okay. Then if we talk about Sushma Swaraj, she is a renowned leader, a very good orator. Like if you go through her speeches in the parliament or in other assemblies, you will find that she was a very great orator. Okay. She was if we talk about Sushma Swaraj, she was also External Affairs Minister of India and has even held several other portfolios also during her political career. Okay. Then we have Pratibha Patil also as first women president of India. Right now we have Draupadi Murmu, a tribal lady who is heading the top position in India. So that we have Draupadi Murmu also. If we look from the social reform angle, Savitribai Phule, she was the first female teacher of India and a pioneer in women education and social reform. Then we have Medha Patikar also. In the contemporary times, she is one key environmental and social activist. Okay. Then Kiran Bedi, you know that she is the inspiration for many of the women, and not just women, she is inspiration for all the Indians. First women IPS officer of India. Okay. So this is one thing, like in the present political and social context also, you will find many of these women have done tremendously well for India. If we talk from the science and societal background, science and economy, we have Kalpana Chawla as the first Indian origin woman in space. Then Dr. Tessie Thomas. Dr. Tessie Thomas, she is known as Missile Women of India. Then we have Dr. Ritu Karidhal also. So she has played a very remarkable role in the Mars mission of ISRO. Okay. Then even if we talk about the business, who other than the example of our current finance minister? Okay. Nirmala Sitharaman. She is holding the position of finance minister of the third largest economy of the world. India is the third largest economy of the world in terms of purchasing power parity, and she holds the finance ministry of the third largest economy of the world. Okay. Now, then we have Indra Nooyi as the former CEO of PepsiCo. Then we have Faguni Nair, founder of Nykaa, which is one of the leading India's beauty brand. Then we have Kiran Mazumdar-Shaw also, founder of Biocon and a leader in biotechnology. So whether we are talking about business or we are talking about science, women are there. Women are leading the companies. Women are controlling the political sphere and all. Okay. If we talk about art and sports, there also, like, everyone knows and respect Lata Mangeshkar. Okay. So she is the Nightingale of India. She is the, like, if you ask from anyone in India, if you ask from anyone, any other singer also in India, that what they think about Lata Mangeshkar, it is always respect, respect and respect. Okay. So she, with her beautiful voice, like, she is one such singer, like she was once a singer who was having no such like critic or any other. Okay. So she is again a remarkable figure in field of arts in India. Okay. Then we have MS Subbalakshmi also, first musician to receive the Bharat Ratna. PT Usha also, India's sprint queen. Then we have Mary Kom, India's world boxing champion. Then we all know about Saina Nehwal, PV Sindhu, Mithali Raj. Okay. Mithali Raj is world-renowned cricketer. Okay. So we have so many like people in sports also, in science also, in politics also, in society also, in history also, who have done a significant contribution towards our nation. Okay. So on this 8th March, we celebrate the contribution of the women. Okay. Basically, 8th March is not the one day which we celebrate as Women's Day. Every day is Women's Day. Okay. Now, if we talk about this, just to give you one such important quotation here, if you educate one man, you educate one person, but you educate a woman and you educate a whole civilization. Mahatma Gandhi has said about the education of women, that how much women are significant. If you educate one of the women, you educate the entire civilization. Then our former president, APJ Abdul Kalam, he has also said this: empowering women is a prerequisite for creating a good nation. When women are empowered, society with stability is assured. Empowerment of women is essential as their value system leads to the development of a good family, society, and ultimately a good nation. Okay. So when we talk about nation, when we talk about civilization, again, the empowerment of women is the prerequisite for this. It is the prerequisite, means without it, it cannot simply happen. Okay. So whether we talk about any sector of the world, any sector, any dimension of the world, it is incomplete without women. Okay. So that is the contribution of women in our society. Okay. Clear? Now, coming to the next topic. Coming to the next topic, we have one thing, deflation. We have one thing called as deflation. So can you tell me what is deflation? I will ask this today. In the previous sessions also, I have asked about certain terminologies. I have explained these things also in the previous classes also. So tell me, what is deflation? So it is being said that China is undergoing deflation, but China and other China's officials or people from China are not saying anything about this. But for a very long period of time, it is being said that China is going through this phase of deflation. Okay. A prerequisite means it is essential, it is required. Without it, it cannot happen. Okay. So what is deflation? I will ask you certain terms. There is one thing called as deflation. There is one thing, deflation. There is one thing called as disinflation. And then we have inflation. So I am just asking you these three terms: inflation, disinflation, and deflation. So what are these things? Unemployment spreads in huge amount. Now just explain this part. What is deflation? When prices of goods or services decrease over time. Okay. So let us understand this by a simple example. We have 2020. Let us say there is a basket of good. There is a basket of good. Okay. This basket is consisting of multiple things like fruits, biscuit, corn, grains, pulses, let us say milk, butter, etc. For our convenience, we are just taking these items. We can also include some service things also, like clothes also. We can incorporate shoes also. We can incorporate education also. So just for our sake, we are taking a basket of goods. Let us say that in 2020, it was at the cost of rupees 100. This basket of good was costing rupees 100 in 2020. Okay. In 2021, this has increased to rupees 104. This has increased to rupees 104. So this will be called as 4% inflation. Or let us say it is, in simple words, it is 110. So here we will say that 10% inflation. 10% inflation. Okay. Now let us say that in 2022, it has increased to, let us say, 115. It has increased to 115. So here we see that in the previous year, let us say even before this, it was, let us say, 90. Okay. Then prior to that, it was, let us say, 81, etc., etc. So there was almost 10% inflation every time. Now there is 110 to 115. So there is a rise in price, but the rate of inflation has come down. The rate of inflation has come down. So what we see that here in 2022, there is an increase of only 5 rupees. So it is near about approximately 5%. Approximately 5%. So earlier the rate of inflation was 10%. Now it is 5%. So this will be called as disinflation. Disinflation. Means still we have got the inflation, but the rate is lower. In the previous years, let us say 10% was the rate, average 10% was the rate, but now this is only 5%. So this will be called as disinflation. Okay. Now let us see another year. Let us see, there is another year, 2023, and here the rate has become 110 again. Here the rate has become 110 again. So there is a decrease in prices. So now here what we see that approximately again like 4 point some percent, or we can say 5%. Okay. Approximately 5%. That is our deflation. That is our deflation. That is our deflation. Now let us say that in 2024, its price has become 115 again. So this time, what will be the name here? What will be the name in this year? If in 2014 it becomes 115 again, so what will be the name here in 2024? What will be the name here in 2024? What it will be called in 2024? Yes, in 2024, this will be called as inflation now. Now it will be called as inflation again. Why? Now we again see that there is an increase in the price. So this will be called as inflation. This will be called as inflation. So you can see from here, in 2020, the price was 100. When there was an increase of 10% in 110, this we call as inflation. Now next year again, there was an increase in price, but the rate of inflation was less as compared to the previous year. So that we call as disinflation. But then in the next year, what we see that the rates actually came down. So that we call as deflation. And again after deflation, if there is an increase in price, that we will call as inflation. So these are three terms which are often getting confused. Like people get often confused among this. So this is one thing I hope now you will remember what is inflation, deflation and disinflation. Okay. I will ask you some more questions at the end, which you have to give in the comment box. Okay. Now, coming to one last topic for today, that is AI course. So, we have one thing, AI course. Now, how to understand this part? Let me give you a simple thing. You have dictionary. You have this dictionary. This dictionary is called as Shabdkosh. Okay. In Hindi, it is called as Shabdkosh. In Hindi, it is called as Shabdkosh. So here we are having AI course. AI course. So what is this AI course? AI course is basically a collection of non-personal data for training of AI systems. AI systems. So this is basically, like you all know that AI system has to be trained. They have to be trained on the basis of data, on the basis of information. Like suppose when we talk about the humans, we also have books, we also have teachers. So from the books, from the teachers, we grab the content, we get the content, and accordingly our understanding of things develop. So when there is an AI system, it also requires a data which it will process, which it will read, and on the basis of that, its understanding will develop. Now what we see that when this chat GPT or others were getting developed, at that time we were not having the Indian data. We were not having the indigenous data to train those systems. Now various AI systems are getting developed in India also. So we need certain things which can be used for even developing the Indian AI system. So for developing that Indian AI system, we are having a repository of data that has been simply called as AI Kosh. Okay. A repository of data to build models and tools of AI system. So that in simple words, it is our AI Kosh. Okay. It has data from different government departments. It has data from even Tamil Nadu Health Department, census, and all other things, meteorological data. So many things have been incorporated under this. These are all non-personal data, means people's personal data are not being fed. The non-personal data, they are being fed into the system so that AI systems can be trained on the basis of the indigenous data. So that one thing which has been released by government, this is a data set. This is basically a data set which has been released by India for the different private as well as public AI tools. They can be training their AI system on the basis of this AI course. Okay. So I hope you get the idea what is this AI course. In simple language, it is a set of data. You don't have to memorize that how much data it is consisting, what data it is consisting. It will keep on changing day by day. This AI course is going to be updated day by day. It has got the satellite data also. It has got the census data of 2011. It has got meteorological data, pollution data. It has got the data from Telangana Health Department and so on. So it has got so many data that all these things are fed here in AI course. And now those companies which are developing the AI system in India, they can use this AI course to train their AI system. Okay. I hope that is clear. So at the end of the session, I will ask you 2-3 questions which you can give later in the comment box. There is one thing called as SQflation. There is another thing called as headline inflation. And there is one thing called as stagflation. Okay. Stagflation. So that is the question for the day. That is the question for the day, that what are these topics. Okay. In the next session, I think we are going to meet on Monday, and then on Monday we will discuss the other topics of the current affairs. Till then, रफ्तार क्या हो गया? अच्छा, इफ्तार हुआ होगा. Okay. Okay. So let's meet on Monday then. On Monday, we will discuss the remaining topics of current affairs. We will see some questions also on the basis of it. Thank you so much. सर AI को all types के टॉपिक पर आंसर देने के लिए तो ह्यूमन ही ट्रेन करते होंगे. Yes, of course, they are being trained by the humans or the data sets which we are providing to them. Okay. They are giving us information on the basis of data set which we are giving or the training which they are given. There are so many jobs also with respect to that AI trainer. Okay, so thank you so much everyone. Let's meet on Monday then. Until then, answer these questions in comment box. Thank you everyone. Take care, good night and all the best. Thank you.